And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
I
Welcome.
love those guys.
Yeah, I love you too. Well, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. And this is the live stream where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the uses of drones. And if the weather is, if the weather is nice where you are, please let me know in the chat how the weather is where you are, and if you've been able to get out and fly your drones. And from what I'm understanding, is that a lot of people are expecting some snow between now and the end of the week. Lawrence,
Uh-huh.
how are you doing on this Wednesday,
I'm
gloomy
actually
Wednesday?
doing good. I'm doing good, man. I'm
You
staying
good?
busy,
You
trying to
staying
stay
busy? You
focused.
good?
Yeah, trying to stay focused. Get my hand in a lot of pots, but so I guess that's a good thing. I'm doing well. I'm not getting in any luxury flying, but I'm doing well.
Not getting any luxury flying?
Non-work related flying
Oh,
in.
I'm
That's
sorry.
all. What's good? How are you doing on this
I
gloomy
don't.
Wednesday? Yeah, it's still gloomy, I know.
Well, it's Wednesday, and it's like once Wednesday comes, the week is gone already because it's like the middle is hump day. We always
Hmm.
said that here on the stream. It was hump day. But the one thing I wanted to talk about real quick before we get into the stream was, you know, every so shit. I met you. Oh gosh, wow, how long ago now?
At least a
Because
decade ago. Easy.
well, not that long ago. I
How
mean,
long we been flying?
I've been flying drones maybe about 9 years or so now, 10 years almost.
Oh, yeah, because you're coming up on
And,
10.
and I met you like after like my first year or so of flying, and you meet a lot of people in uh, in the drone community, as we always call it,
Mm-hmm.
and we started doing these live streams years after, and about 6 years now I've been doing these live streams. And the one thing about going to meetups and stuff like that was always being able to place faces and stuff like that to to the names of the people in the chat, guys in
Mm-hmm.
the chat. But there was one guy who used to come to the live stream. He used to come to all of the live streams. Every time I went someplace, I saw him there. And Akarasho
Yeah.
Warren. Uh, we had a big Christmas show when we had given away a drone, and Warren won the drone. And
Mm-hmm.
Warren, I was in communication. He sent me his email. Sent me back an email, and it was like because he sent me the message, and I got it. I said, well, I asked him. I said, well, what was it that you won? He was like, so he told me what it was that he won. I was like, we must have got the giveaways mixed up, and he was
Yeah,
like,
jokingly. Right.
yeah, I was joking with him. So he sent me back an email saying, this is the what was it? He said, oh yeah, a link showing me where and when at what point in time in the stream that he won. He had won it. I was like, so I sent him back a message right away. I'm just joking with you, man. It's on its way already.
Right.
And the the time that it took for it to, I was sent him the tracking number and everything, and I was trying to get a message back from him whether or not he got it, and I didn't. hadn't heard from him, and there was no messages back, and I was like, well, I wonder what happened. I was just wondering, so I started asking around, but other guys said they didn't see him in the live stream either, and I was like, wow, what happened? And then I was the other day, I was out all day, and I didn't have my ear to Facebook or nothing like that or anything. And Angie hit me up with a message, and she had asked me if I heard what happened. I was like, no. She told me in a message what happened. I was like, oh my God, wow. But I just want to say that, brother, you're gonna be missed because he always had jokes in the chat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Between him and Jody, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Always a fun comeback too.
you know. So like I said, he was a friend to everyone in the drone community, every chat. He was in every chat, every jump, every stream that I went to, and he was always here. Just want to say, I didn't know him personally, but I know him from
Right here on the internet.
and every it seemed like every stream he went to, he won all the contests.
You have that luck. You got that luck.
He was that guy,
It's in
man.
the stars.
Brother, you're gonna be missed.
Yes, yes, yes. Rest in peace, Warren Akirasho.
Yes, rest in
The
peace.
world will have a lot less humor because you're not here. So rest in peace, sleep in peace. Hey Gary, what's going on? How
Yeah,
are you
right.
guys? I hope everyone's well. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. And thanks for continuing to come back. We appreciate you all. Good
Mhm.
morning, Rob and Sue up in Australia. Gary,
Rob,
tell Vicky we said
Sue.
hello. Feet on the ground, Rob.
Yeah. So, anything, Lawrence?
No, that's about it. Thinking yeah, Warren will be missed and the world will be that much less funny without his humor.
That's the back room, in Lawrence.
Huh?
You're in the back room.
To the office, yeah. That's the office spot. Well, no one's using it.
Anyway.
Why not take a picture and put it up, right?
Oh man. Anyway, where we at now? We at roll
Um,
call.
time for roll call.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about that.
All
Should
right.
be. But I mean, we got 4 people watching, and how many in the chat?
We'll see when I start making roll call.
Is it? Is that
Hmm.
bad? Wow. Okay.
All right, ready when you are.
Okay. Yeah. Who we got in the chat?
Who we got in the chat? First, we have Warren, of last roll call for him. Warren Smith, Akirasho, sleep in peace, rest in peace. Shout out to you. Jimmy, shout out to you, sir. I hope all's well. Also, shout out to John Olson, representing Long Island, Strong Island. Gary Brant Ariel, shout out to you, sir. I hope all is well. Feet on the ground, Rob and Sue from Australia. Good morning.
Ah, what's going on?
Brian, Waypoint, New England. How are you?
Good point. That's good.
Takeoff, lift, and land, representing the Bronx strong. How are you? Hope all is well. Corey, YACL, representing Cleveland. Did I say Brooklyn Jimmy? Shout out to Brooklyn Jimmy. Hope all is well. Brian. That is about, oh, hold on. CT Pirate. Shout out to you, sir. He's driving and listening. And way up at the top, I know he's listening in the background. SJM Steve, Drones Media. Shout out to you. And one final shout out to Warren Acarascio. Rest in peace. Hold on. Cool Cat. How are you? Shout out to you. And Artco Drone. Draymond, Recovery 1. That's it, Shout out to Dre. Sorry if I missed you guys. I had started at the bottom and then
That's what happened.
We got guests coming in. Right on time. Clockwork.
Oh yeah.
This is some real professional stuff here.
Is it?
It's
You
that
think
time,
so?
bro. Ready to rock.
Well, I mean, we had a topic to talk about, and this. I don't think we're beating a dead horse. I mean, the horse is still got legs and is still in the race, but I just looking at it from a different angle from after looking at some of the things that's happened afterwards. We have Mr. Vic Moss from the Drone Advocacy Alliance here to talk to us tonight about the subject.
What's
Let's
up,
bring
Johnny?
him.
I want that bumper music everywhere I go. I'm going to record it and just carry like a Bluetooth
Just press a
speaker
little
with
button.
me,
It
and
comes up.
every time I walk into a room, that's what I'm going to do.
No, you go to Build a Beer and you have them. They have the little microphones and you can program it, whatever song. Now you press the bear's paw and it says something. It's a little clicker device. Every time you walk into a room, you go click and it starts playing the tune.
My wife will give me about a week before she kicks me out. Maybe.
What's up?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a fun few weeks.
Okay.
Just got off a call with Commercial Drone Alliance, and that was same. It's pretty much a universally accepted. This is where we're at right now. Let's do something. Attitude during the whole call. So it was a good call.
Okay. Well, Draymond was supposed to join us.
Come on in, Dre.
Yeah, come on, Dre.
Is he ready? Oh man.
Yeah, we want to have both you guys on to hear your opinions
Because I know he said he was leaving an appointment.
Right. So what's
Don't
going
mind, Dre.
on, Rick? Have Herman send the link again. I got you, Dre. I'll send it right now on Messenger. I got
Oh, you
it.
got it? All right,
I
thank
got
you,
it.
Lawrence.
I'll hit him.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Vic, this is kind of a hot topic because I watched Greg from Pilot Institute's video. It was very enlightening, and
Which video?
Okay, Dre.
the one that he put out about
The survey one?
yes, the survey one.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Yes, the survey one. That was a very good video, and I didn't realize that there were that many guys who started around the same time of flying that I did, who have now tried to or put their foot in the, in the game and is doing this as not only as a hobby, but also doing this as a business.
Sure.
And it's not only a DJI thing because it's a decision that I think that when you look at even like the statistics that he had in the survey, overwhelmingly so many people who own drones own DJI and the amount of people who uh, own primarily DJI and only DJI drone
Mhm.
was overwhelming.
Yeah.
But the amount of guys who in that survey who actually fly professionally, or should I say commercially, um, that may go out of business if there's no other alternative that is cost effective or reliable.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, I mean, and we're looking at the fact that, everything that has come about is just given DJI a certain shelf life to just disappear after a while.
Mm-hmm.
It could.
Right. Well, yeah, it could.
Well, as written, it will.
Right.
Um, we have a shelf life. All these guys back here, they have a max hours that I'm going to put them in the air, including the little stupid Skydio I have to have.
Mhm.
They have a max hour. I'm at 300, 350 hours. I'm not real comfortable putting that thing in the air, especially if I'm flying above people. They're
Yeah.
not. I say this all the time. You can't pull over if your drone breaks down and fix it. If your drone breaks down, it comes down. Gravity. You cross that line between RPIC and VO like that.
Mhm.
True.
And you can't change the oil in them to make them last longer. They have a serviceable life, and in 2.5 to 3 years, we're
Mhm.
going to need to be replacing our drones, and that's pretty conservative timeline. I know some
Right.
people have to replace theirs every 18 months just simply because they're always in the air.
Mhm.
And if we can't get new technology, what do we do? So actually, I pulled that page up in Greg's survey. I don't know if you want to put the list the link in there to the video or not, but if DJI drones were no longer available to purchase or import in the United States, how would it affect your current operation? 43% extremely negative, potentially business ending.
Mhm.
33% significant impact, and then 10% said negative. 8% said none at all. But that's a big number.
Mhm.
That's a big number. And yeah, it's potentially a major issue. And like you said, it's not just DJI, it's not just Autel. The way the FCC ruling was written on the 22nd, it's all foreign drones. They've relaxed a little bit since then, but it's just blue list drones, by the way, they relaxed. Um, that's recreational drones, folks. That's recreational components.
Mhm.
So it's not just a DJI fanboy,
Mhm.
as some people like to claim. It's an industry crushing ruling
Right.
because
That's why.
it's terrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, that's why I said it's not a DJI thing. It's like
Mm-mm.
you're destroying a lot of things, not just
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
DJI. When I say businesses, when I say drone businesses, it does not just the guy who's using his drone or purchasing drones to use for any kind of work purpose,
Right.
but there's guys that are selling these things that now you're
Exactly the retailers.
driving their businesses right out of
Yeah,
Mhm.
it.
Absolutely.
They
And
are
it's the
still
young
selling them.
kids. It's the schools. All these you see STEM in grade school now. You see UAS STEM
Yeah.
classes in grade school.
Yeah.
They teach them how to code. They teach them how to build, which I don't want to do any of that. I want to fly and take pretty pictures. Um, those are Chinese drones or made with Chinese components.
Mhm.
True.
So the overarching reach of the FCC ruling they put out on the 22nd is just it's what didn't you guys sit down and think about what you were going to do before you did it? It's pretty bad. It's not all bad, and I wanted to talk about a few things real quick before we get too deep into the woods. Um, in the February 22nd, not only did they put out the public notice, they also put out a fact sheet, Q&A fact sheet. And it does say this update to the covered list does not prohibit the import, sale, or use of any existing device, any existing device models the FCC previously authorized. So, Customs and Border Protection issue aside, we have we're still allowed to use anything that already has the FCC approval. So that's the Avata 360. That's a couple of different hotels that aren't out yet, and it's anything we already currently have.
Right.
If you look at the nuances of the actual public comment or public notice, they said you can no longer update. I mean, it's kind of a gray area, but today the FCC put out another public notice, and this one they actually clarified that stance. So this is some more good news. I don't want to concentrate on bad news only today. It says all UAS and UAS critical components authorized for use in the United States may continue to receive software and firmware updates that mitigate harm to the U.S. consumers at least until January 1st, 2027. So they've given us a full year where we can still update our drones. I reached out to the contact at the bottom of that public notice right when I got it this morning from CDA and said, "Hey, what about January 2nd, 2007 or 27?" She hadn't gotten back to me yet, so I will pass that along when I get it. But we have a year, we have a reprieve. A lot of the people were worried about that part of it. We're not going to be able to update. We're not going to be able to do firmwares, that kind of stuff. And they're saying, no, you can do that through January 1st of next year.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's a question for you.
Okay, go for it.
With DJI, like you mentioned, DJI we will have to stop flying these drones at the risk of hurting someone.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about the new NDAA compliant FPV parts that are supposedly being built here in the States and what FPV pilots are being offered?
If they work, great.
I'm seeing remote ID systems as small as your pinky nail.
Mm-hmm,
I'm seeing I'm seeing things that are supposed to make FPV compliant along with the rest of the world.
Right. I
What do
think
you know
if
about
if
that?
those are if those are happening, and I have no reason to doubt they're not. I don't follow FPV real well because, like I've said
Okay.
before, the last thing you want to do is give me your FPV controller if your drone's in the air, because I promise you're not going to get it back in one piece. If those components are available, that's going to be awesome for the FPV crowd. The issue is going to be scale. We don't have manufacturing capabilities in this country to do pretty much anything, much less drones. I mean, to us, everybody on this group, drones are kind of either our lives or a very big part thereof.
Right.
But to the average consumer, average politician, average American, drones are like, oh, okay, whatever. They're not that important. So we're very myopic in our view about the drone community, and we think it's much more important than it really is. And same thing. Sailboat people think sailboats are more important than race car
Right.
people. I mean, it's not a condemnation of the industry at all. I'm just as guilty as everybody else. So getting the public to actually be on our side too is going to be kind of a neat trick. But the manufacturing aspect of those NDA compliant FPV components is going to be an interesting thing to watch.
Well, supposedly there's supposed to be a company. It's Jody. Someone in the chat had passed it on to me. I'm still doing research. That's why I was
Okay.
asking you also. But there's
Yeah.
supposed to be a company here in New York that's supposed to be a drone-based company coming out of New York that's supposed to be working on flight controllers
Okay.
for larger size drones. When I say larger size, we're talking maybe the Matrice 250.
Okay. So yeah. Okay.
and
3 to 4
bigger.
to 5 pound range.
But it's a start.
It's still
It's a
small.
start.
still small.
Absolutely. It's a start, and we have in this country we have the ability to design them. China has us beat with engineers all day long
Oh,
because
yeah,
of
and
some
manufacturing
political
also.
stuff going on there. We have the brains to do it, but again, it gets back to the ability, the desire to design that prosumer drone, which the vast majority of us fly.
Exactly.
It's hard to make money at that because of the DJIs and the Autels of the world. And that's we're a world economy, and that's what people don't quite understand.
Yeah,
There's a reason for that.
right. Someone put in
Well-
the chat, Pichon put in the chat real quick. China, of course, is 50 years ahead of us. The USA had about a decade or more to get the drone business and in order, and pretty much they dropped the ball on the
Oh
consumer
yeah,
side.
100%. I don't know about 50 years, but I'll agree that we are behind them. Absolutely.
Well,
A good example of that is on the December 18th, I think it was, ASDA, the American Securities Drone Act, went into effect. That was signed in December 18th of 2023. So they gave the federal government 2 years to develop and build and supply a non-Chinese drone for use in federally funded projects. Well, guess what happened on the 18th? DOTs across the country grounded their fleets. Here in Colorado, we lost a large percentage of our fleet because they're all DJI and Autel. We canceled a bunch of LiDAR orders because the airframes that are going to carry that LiDAR can't fly anymore. Georgia or South Carolina. I was going to look at my notes. I can't remember. I think it was Georgia, although it might have been South Carolina. They sent out an email to all of their drone pilots, said, bring us your drones, you're done. The Georgia DOT drone part of their agency is done. They're over. They grounded them.
okay.
And across the country, we're seeing everybody, because DOTs work on highways. Where do highway funds come from?
Right.
Federal government.
Right.
So DOTs are shut down. They're shutting down and/or extremely limited in what they can fly, and it's already creating issues here in Colorado.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was watching an interview with Adam Welsh from DJI, and he was saying
Adam's a good guy.
he was saying that 460,000 jobs across the U.S. rely on
States,
DJI
I
products.
think that's a very hard number to quantify,
Roughly,
simply because
I
you know,
think
who's using it?
it's a
But
soft
that's probably
number.
pretty close.
I would believe it's a soft number.
Yeah, and it's very, but it's at least, I would say it's at least that, and then also if you start bringing in the recreational again, they get so left out of the conversation so many times. I'm trying really hard to keep them as part of the
Right,
conversation.
and that's why.
It's
Someone said-
amazing.
Excuse me. Yeah, so when I was looking at the survey that was in Greg's survey, I was like, some of those numbers kind of overlap because I think some of those people that are in the survey are answering those questions both as maybe recreational
Sure.
and as someone who flies commercial, and maybe someone who's actually a recreational pilot that's also flying as first responder.
Exactly. Most of us fly both. I don't fly as much recreationally as I'd like to, but hey, is what it is.
It starts that way. You know, it's funny because you talk about that. I kind of get a little bit of fun in flying when I'm working, when I'm using the drone, and I get a little caught up. And sometimes I don't even hit the button to record.
Shh, you're not supposed to admit that. I've never done that ever. Never.
Never.
I will say I've never gotten back to the office and realized I'd done it. I will say that.
Okay. Fair
I
enough.
realized right there that I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But-
It's like, oh crap, that was such a cool shot.
That's usually how it is. Or you do it and you go, wow, that was a one-shot take. Don't need to do anymore.
Oh yeah, we were doing. I used to practice like my drawbacks when I'm trying to do something or do a reverse reveal or something like that before actually. And I don't know why, because pixels are free, but I would do that. And I had one time where I was practicing. It was looking really good, and I had this hawk coming. It was probably this far away from the front of my camera, and then it turned off. That would have been phenomenal video, but I was just practicing, so I pretty much leave it on all the time now.
You
It's
know,
like, oh, that would have been awesome footage.
The
you know, I
closest.
wanted to say, Vic. Oh, go ahead, Lawrence.
No, I was going to say the closest I've seen of anything like that was here in New York, the Verrazano Bridge. The last thing, the picture that he got, and he got it off his controller, were the talons like that. That was the last thing, and the drone was gone.
Yep.
So
we
be
have them
glad
here.
to hear all.
Yep, hawks and eagles and that kind of stuff.
What were you
And
going to say,
pigeons. So
No, what I was saying is that as far as like or we talk about what the topic at hand and drone businesses and stuff like that. And I say that many of these businesses are not big businesses. They're not huge businesses. They're like maybe like one to two, maybe 3 or 5, maybe guys in the whole operation.
And gals. Let's be fair.
Well, yeah.
True.
People.
Very
I
true.
mean, in the non-gender affirming guys.
Right. So I mean, it's kind of
We're 2 minutes past the sponsor.
really.
Yeah. Sorry.
So you're saying we should go to a sponsor and come back?
Yeah. It's always good conversation. That's how it happens.
Okay.
For the live stream that talks about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. Tune in every Wednesday night to Wednesday Night
With those guys.
Okay. Anyway.
Love it.
You know, it looks really simple, but there's a lot of rehearsing there. You got people you got people driving by with their cars, looking and
Honking.
staring, holding up traffic. Yeah, all of that.
Oh man, you gotta love it. But yeah, I don't know. I just look at it and it's what do we know already? We know that they're not gonna cold turkey everything and cut everything off. We're not gonna have any retroactive stuff like that.
Well, in theory, we're not. We've not gotten. I don't mean to throw water on this, but we have not gotten confirmation that they won't retroactively revoke licenses. I have a theory about that, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, I listened to Adam and what he was saying, and I think that they kind of have pushed to try to make that the ease that and make that not a thing. So I'm wondering where that's gonna go, but I don't believe that it will happen. I'm hoping that it doesn't. I just have this thing with me that I'm the kind of guy that I like if I have friends over here and I got guys over there that don't like me, I want to know what they're talking about. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So when I listen to a lot of the conversations that are being spoken, and have these things come up, and everybody is looking for drone litigation. You understand? And everybody's been complaining about these nuisance drones at the ballpark, and stuff like that. And this is not just now. This has been going on for years.
Yeah.
Even with before TFR, without knowing about TFR and putting TFR in place, and even before anything could even be made sense of, and still there's no sense made of any of it for a lot of people. It's just one thing after another, that there's a small cross section of people who believe the theory that the United States is just trying to eliminate hobbyist drone pilots.
Well, I want to bring up a point for you saying that because I remember a certain symposium about 2 or 3 years ago, and they said, we are going to do this to the airways, we're going to do that to the airways, and it's all coming to fruition now. They warned us that we were headed in this direction, and they wanted to clear the airways so they could get a lot of other things up there. They didn't say it directly, but I didn't want to sit through it, but one of the symposiums, I do remember them mentioning the FAA having to write up a new set of rules, and of course now they're doing beyond visual line of sight. We've had plenty of time.
I just don't see it. I don't see. First of all, working on committees with some of the people who run those big delivery services and knowing and having off-topic conversations.
So what are you saying? Do you think it's all a farce? Half of these guys aren't even they're putting together money like Archer Aviation. They have contracts with United Airlines. What do you mean you don't see it?
I don't see the. Oh, you talking to me or I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I've told you before. If you guys want me to shut up, you might have to mute me. with the way you've got UTM being developed, so unmanned traffic management, they're working on it really hard in Texas right now in the DFW airspace. They're doing it in North Carolina. That's going to be what sets the rules for once we have once we have more parties in the airspace, shall we say. You're going to have the BV loss rules, and some of the BV loss rules are going to be things like if you're way BV loss, you better have detect and devoid equipment on your drone because you're still going to need to do it. There may be, worst case scenario, there may be, like let's say here in Denver, let's say they want to have a vertiport on one of the big buildings downtown and a vertiport out at DIA. There may be a corridor in there. In which case, those particular aircraft will likely do something like ADS-B. So most of our controllers now have ADS-B in. So their BV loss and we're V loss, odds are V loss will need to give way for BV loss.
Yeah,
Actually,
I can see that.
The FAA a couple of weeks ago. And so situations like that, this has to do with some of the delivery folks and then some of the VLOS doing some inspection stuff, you're going to need to give way to some BV loss type operations. Are they going to absolutely close the airspace? No. Now, they may have four-dimensional airspace restrictions, meaning there's a time element in there. So you've got front, back, and then time to where, okay, during this time period, there may be no I don't know how they're going to work it out. They don't know how they're going to work it out. But they're not chasing the recreational folks out of the sky. The FAA knows full well that drones are the gateway drug to aviation careers. You're going to get kids in 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 12th grade going, this is a kick in the pants, and they're really going to get into it, and they're going to go, oh, wait a minute. These are just little things with the big things we drive or we ride in all the time.
Yeah.
I like doing this. I can do that. So the FAA understands that without a robust recreational drone industry, not even the commercial side, recreational side, aviation in general will suffer. So I just have a hard time getting my head around the concept of them trying to get rid of the recreational, trying to restrict the recreational, and even the commercial non-BV loss operators. I have a hard time getting my head around that.
Well, I didn't. Well, Lawrence came and made it kind of complex, but what I'm looking at is what the government is looking at, and they're looking at the drone over the nuclear plant, the drone over.
That's already illegal.
Understandable, but you can't stop it without stopping the supply.
No, you can stop it, which is why in the this year's NDAA, so the 2026 NDAA, there was what's called the Safer Skies Act, and that is developing the systematic approach to training some law enforcement and some more agencies, not private security. Private security is excluded in this.
How to take down
to be
drones.
able to mitigate. So situations like a nuclear power plant, you're going to have qualified people possibly in there being able to mitigate. And mitigate doesn't mean blowing it out of the sky. Mitigate could just mean finding the drone pilot and telling them, hey, you're not supposed to be here, quit, or taking over the drone electronically, that kind of stuff. So that's where that's going to come into account.
We know what
counter drone stuff is.
They're doing that here in New York.
We know what it's going to be.
Herman and I, we've been flying legally, and we've been told, okay, bring the drones down or whatever, So
I have too. Yeah,
it happens, but
that wasn't
what's the way around it? I mean, right now here in New
education.
York, we have an aviation high school that's teaching people how to repair motors for eVTOLs.
Sweet.
As where they were working on aircraft and small Cessnas and planes. They're still doing that, but they've expanded now. And now they're teaching them the motor works of eVTOL motors, electrical motors. The technology's there. People want to do it. I don't see what the big. Well, I do see what the big fuss is. It's the same thing like trying to take over a small place called Purple Land. Read
I have no
between
idea
the
what you're talking about there, so I'm gonna leave that alone.
Okay. Uh,
Inside joke, apparently.
you
No,
have to, yeah, you have to play that back, and it's,
I just looked at the whole thing is that, it's in time. We will all have to adapt to something if nothing can happen or if nothing changes.
Well, we'll have to
right.
adapt, but that's the nature of aviation. It's just
Understand.
with drones, it moves so freaking fast. Manned aviation, I mean, not much has changed since the Wright brothers took off. You know what I mean? I mean, designs have changed a little bit. The aerodynamics is still the same. Safety has gotten better, obviously, but it's been
Yeah.
over decades. With drones, we've hardly been here decades, much less, So the way that we operate in the National Airspace System will constantly be evolving.
Hmm.
But I cannot put my head around the fact that they think that people think that they're going to chase recreational out of the sky or even commercial out of the sky. We just have to, we're all, it's a big sky, but it's not that big, especially in urban corridors. We're just going to have to play. We're all going to be playing in the same sandbox. We'll just have to get along.
Well, when you damage or when you take away a tool
Mhm.
that falls into a category, say like a DJI or Autel product,
Mhm.
is so capable and affordable for many different ranges of price ranges. When you take that away, you kind of hit the pockets hard on small business,
Absolutely, 100%.
and it's like if okay, where the drone industry is in America here to where DJI and Autel is here.
Hmm.
By the time that we we have something that is capable, by the time what we have will run out, it'll never meet that.
Oh no, no,
And they'll be far beyond that point at that time.
yeah, it's
So
it's, it's absolute conceit to think that
Mhm.
Chinese companies are going to stop innovating because they can no longer sell to the American market. They're going to go,
Exactly.
sucks to be you. By the way, hey, it's South America, look at this awesome new Mavic 5 or Matrice 12 or
Or Canada.
whatever. And we're going to look at it and go, boy, that's really sweet and
Or Canada.
Canada, Mexico, wherever. That's what
True.
the people who are doing all this crap in DC don't get. Well, we need to give the United States a chance to catch up. That ain't how it's done. When you remove the most competitive of your people, the most effective of your competitors, you no longer have to beat them. You just have to be good enough to beat your current competitors. So that's going to
Right.
kill innovation. It's going to kill innovation. I don't have to beat DJI anymore. I just have to beat Brink, or I have to beat Skydio. I have to meet Inspire Flight. All I have to do is beat who I'm already in the sandbox with, because we don't allow the big boys in the sandbox with us. That's it.
Right.
It's going to kill innovation. There's no reason to. Sorry.
And no. You're absolutely right. I just look at I looked at the whole thing of it, and I just discussed into how, and say if you have I'll say like you bought a Mavic 4, right?
Mhm. Got one.
How many years do you think, with having that drone, not as a recreational pilot, but as someone who uses that drone for working purposes, you would have to buy a couple of them,
Mm-hmm. Well,
sit
I've got two
around.
of everything anyway, because of you can't show up on a shoot with one drone, right? Um, and so I bounce them back and forth between primary and secondary. About every 2 months I switch them out. Um, and I'm still probably, if I have to, I can maybe go 2.5 years. I have to watch the hours. Anything over about 300 hours, I really, really start being critical
Okay.
of. And I do have one. Well, I do have one 4, so I'll probably have to get another one of those. But my primaries are still the 3, the 3P, and the 3E.
Okay.
And so we have to have new stuff available to us. Will I still be able to buy the 3s? Maybe, if DJI wants to go ahead and keep doing that. Is that what you're asking? I'm sorry, I might be getting off topic.
Well, no. Well, no. You were right. I'm saying like how what is the time frame from the purchase or when that drone? See, See, the problem that I'm looking at with us here in America, because that's the only place that's being affected.
Mhm.
Um, we would have to hope that DJI would throw us a ball and create a longer shelf life
A
of
longer
saying
supply life.
right
Shelf life
supply
is
life.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
supply life
Yeah, I have no I have no doubt
service
they would do that. But even for
service
that
to the
20% of
drone.
the market, at
Mhm.
some point they're going to go, this just isn't worth it
Yeah,
anymore. It's costing us too much
exactly.
to maintain this old line. So sorry, America, sorry,
Mhm.
American customers.
Right, and that will eventually happen. Even with some of the drones, we've
Mhm.
seen that happen with drones that they sold to everyone.
Yeah, yeah. End of life. End of life. They don't support them anymore. They certainly don't make them anymore. The Phantom line is a perfect example.
Right.
And so
Mhm.
at some point they're just gonna have to move on, and it won't be out of screw you guys. Look what your government did to us. We're not going to help you because I don't see DJI doing that. They're very customer centric, believe it or not, and
Mhm.
they'll do what they can for as long as they can. But at some point, just like they closed off the direct sales to the United States, it's not going to be a money making process for them. They're going to say sorry, move on. And that's unfortunate, but we still have we can, it's not over yet. We can still fight what's going on.
And how do we do this?
Well, the FCC, the public notice on the 22nd says, oh, by the way, there's an exemption if the DOJ or the DHS says, or DOD, I think, those two agencies, one of them is DHS, says, well, um, these do not present a risk to national security. So if the DHS says that, and so if we can get the audit done, or if the audit is done by a private company and DHS accepts it, we're off the list. Well, I shouldn't say we. We as an America, okay?
Yeah.
We as an industry. Let's just say we. I do not work for DJI. I do not get paid for DJI.
No, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, so there is the methodology behind being able to get off that list. We just have to get the DHS to sign off on it.
Mhm. Okay, so how do we get these people to do these audits?
Um, Good question.
Because
I wish I had an answer. There are two answers.
from what I
One is,
understand, DJI has been trying for a little over
well, hell yes.
12 months or
Adam
more.
again. You brought up Adam. He's like going to congressional offices and say, please audit us, and they're not doing it. It's going to take a lot of contacts from the from the end users, from us. You'll be the first to announce this. DSPA is going to put out a new campaign about contacting the White House directly, and we're going to tell you how to do it and where to do it and when to do it.
Okay.
So that'll be coming out. I'm finishing up the article now. I'll go ahead and probably do the video this weekend and put it out early next week.
Okay.
Drone Advocacy Alliance is another good one. I saw you just post that up. We don't have any current campaigns going right now with the DAA. We have a meeting next week. The board has a meeting next week, and we're looking at putting together a couple of campaigns. One actually will be I think it's Ohio's putting out a new rule. But anyway, so there's that, and still just push your own legislators and say, look, this is what's going on. And we also have somebody who's running in the state of Texas in a primary right now. So he's running against an incumbent, and he is currently a remote pilot. He's a former Marine pilot. He's a current remote pilot.
Mhm.
And he wants to, if he gets elected, that's going to be one of the things he pushes. He's also a DJI sub dealer at the Drone Nerds. So
Okay.
it'll be the first, as far as I know, the first remote pilot in Congress, which would be phenomenal. He still has to win the primary, and it's a very heavily red district. So if he wins the primary, he's going to win. I mean, it's just that simple. It's Texas, for crying out loud, rural
Okay.
Texas.
Well, as long as he doesn't make any remote controls, I'm good.
As long as they know what.
As long as he doesn't make any controllers, I'm good.
That's funny.
No, the last guy we had on, we had a guy. Well, this is a long time ago. You remember Lawrence, the surgeon, pilot slash.
Astronaut.
Yeah, astronaut. The guy. Yeah, he created that controller.
You remember
The
the jokes he
FCA
did
aviator.
over Lake
Oh
Moss?
yeah. That was what? That was
That
4 or 5 years ago.
Ken Herron tried or had a version of, and it just never worked. And yeah,
What
yeah.
was this gentleman's name? Scott Parazinski? Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah.
That's Dre.
Dre's here.
Is it? Well,
We
Dre
got
was
9 minutes to
supposed to
sponsor.
9 minutes to sponsor. Wow.
Yeah.
I want to do one quick thing too that just started making the
Yes.
rounds today as well.
I'm listening.
This is a NOTAM that came out. It came out on the 20. It came out on the 16th, but apparently I just found out about it today because somebody posted in my group. It's a roving 3 mile. No, let's say 1,000 foot standoff, 3,000 foot standoff distance for DHS activities. So that would be ICE activities. And they put that out on the 16th, and it's up to 1,000 feet, 3,000 foot circle. So it's a 1,000 foot tall, 3,000 foot column, 6,000 foot column because it's edge to edge. I'm not sure how they're going to do that.
I'd like to
If
see
you're 3,000 feet away, how do you know there's an ICE operation going somewhere, or a TFR, or
That's true.
a DHS operation going somewhere? If I'm 3 or 4 blocks away,
Mhm.
so it's going to be interesting to see how they do that. But I just want to make sure people understood that it's FDC 6/4375. That's the NOTAM number. So look it
Okay.
up. So again, FDC 6/4375. Google it, take a look at it, and put it in your box of shit to check. I mean, I don't know a better way to put that or not. But
Okay. Well, we did have another guest who was supposed to come on and talk with us in this conversation, which was Draymond Crawford, who
he's sitting there
the
all
safety
happy.
officer for the city of
Mhm.
San Bernardino. So we're going to bring him out right now, and we only got a few minutes left in the conversation, so we'll bring him out right now, Lawrence. How are you doing, Miss Amy? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Dre?
Guys.
All right.
I don't know if you can hear me. Very low.
You're a little low, but we can hear you.
All right. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
A little low, but it's
I
better.
still can't hear you
Yes.
guys.
You
No?
still can't hear
We're trying
us.
to figure it
Okay,
out.
with Evo Mux,
Rush home.
Okay.
I was at a doctor.
and with Evo Mux on your audio in the setting,
Mhm.
to try going to.
Well, he can't hear you. He
Oh yeah,
can't
they
hear
can't
what
hear
he's
me.
telling you.
Who knows sign language? And does Dre know sign language?
Okay.
That's
Uh,
why I use these, because I've got this and I've got other stuff. And she's like, just throw the earbuds in, call it happy.
We got 6 minutes until a sponsor and FPV Corner.
well,
But what's up, Dre?
he can't hear you.
There we go. I can hear
Okay.
you now.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All about putting the right input.
Okay.
Sorry about that. My phone wouldn't load up.
You're still a little low, but that's all right.
Load up the program. So let me apologize for that.
Okay. Can your volume go up a little bit?
Yeah, I can crank it up a little bit more. How's that? That better?
Or closer to the mic, maybe.
Yeah. Might be a little bit closer to the mic.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's
Okay.
better. That's definitely
Yeah.
better.
Okay.
What's
There we
going?
go.
We know.
I was
We
listening a little bit.
understand. We
Nick was
understand
saying
you.
about the different things that happened on the 22nd last month, and the different things that just recently changed with the different exemptions, I call them.
Mhm.
Basically, what it is, exemptions that are coming about. So, I know you guys were talking about the effects of what this can do, and I've been, that's the kind of soapbox I've been on. Is like I say, the Best Buys, the Amazons, and all these B&H, all the other places, they'll survive. But they survived before drones. But as I call them, the mom and pop people who got into this business primarily just to sell drones, they're the ones going to be crushed.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no way to get around it. They will be crushed because that is their bread and butter. That's what pays, for the utility light to come on and the rent to pay on if they don't own the building themselves. So that's the real crushing blow that I saw over a year ago. This came out. And like I say, someone like me who basically only buys enterprise level drones, where do I go now?
Canada.
Like I say, the old rule was DJI didn't sell enterprise drones from their home site. You had to
Right.
go to a U.S. retailer, or I'd say reseller.
Right.
That was the agreement that they had with the resellers here in the state, was that they would not advertise or sell enterprise level gear on their regular site. So you had to go to some of the people that we deal with. And I'm not going. I don't know if you guys are upset, but I bought drones from Drone Nerds. I bought drones from Drone Works. And I plan on buying one from Dale up in Seattle. I mean, I like to kind of spread my ability to support other people as much as I can. But this looming legislation, I had to put the brakes because this is where I saw myself going 2 years ago. I wanted to become a reseller. In my area of California, the closest facility is down in San Diego, over 2 hours away from where I'm at. Or you have to go, I think there might be a DLSR place in LA, but they don't primarily sell DJI enterprise stuff. Anybody else is also, they kind of do it on the side. So I'll let
Okay.
Herman and you guys take back over.
Oh
No,
no, it's all right. I'm just
no,
watching.
I understand exactly where you're coming from. I mean, and I look at it from all aspects of it, not only the guy that's out there with the tools in his hands, but the guys who have these shops that I mentioned that earlier that sell these products, even the shops that sell RC products, period, that may be affected by this, that have expanded because the drones have now become a thing in the last, what,
Yeah.
10 years or so now, everywhere. And you see them, That's actually how I saw them when I went to go buy an RC car.
Right.
And I saw a guy take off with the Phantom up into the air, and I was like, "What the?"
1 minute to sponsor.
So
Just had a sponsor. Lauren,
Huh?
it's gonna be
Every 30
PT
minutes,
now.
man. Every 30 minutes. Or we
Commercials
try.
every 3
We're
minutes.
never on time.
yeah, we go to get ready to go into that FPV corner segment too. But the topic could go on forever and ever and ever.
And it will.
And I just wanted to chop it up a little bit. And then you mentioned that you had something that was for the Drone Advocacy Alliance, because I have a link in the description all the time, every stream for it.
That's
So
awesome. Thank you.
anybody that needs it can get there and get their word heard.
But
Right.
I blasted it
Voice
in
be
the
heard.
chat, which I'll do again.
Yeah, and we'll have some more campaigns up after next week. We do have a board meeting. And then again, the DSPA thing about reaching out to the White House, I'll have that up next week as well. So I'll make sure you guys get it.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we appreciate you for coming on, Vic, as always, man. It is what it
We
is.
really do. We really do.
I wish we had more time with Dre. I was looking forward to talking with him.
So do I.
We
I
can-
believe
we can-
We get to see him in
September.
Vegas. I didn't go to Vegas this year, so
We can
September.
redo
We're all
this.
going to be in
September
Vegas in
coming
September,
up, so
right?
don't be
What happened,
gracious
Dre?
and bow out.
Huh?
What happens, Dre?
See, I see the gentleman waiting to come on for your FPV section, so we're gonna be gracious and bow out.
All All right,
All
all
right.
right. We appreciate you guys, but
Thank
we
you.
can do this. We can do this again. Let's
100%.
permanently schedule it so we
Oh
can all
yeah,
be
we
on
can
again.
we can
Yeah.
we can do something another time. We'll make it a longer segment, and we'll just continue the topic. But because this is something like Lawrence said, we and I said, we talk about it all the time. Like, what are we going to do next? We don't. I don't need a $15,000 drone to do what I'm doing. I don't need a $30,000 drone to do what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, or something I need to slap a mirrorless camera to.
Yep. I'm still cautiously optimistic this will all work out. So there's that.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to leave with because that's all I got.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
All right.
Thank you.
You guys, as always, really fly safe and have fun in that order,
Thank you.
Yeah.
obviously.
All right. Good night.
See you guys.
Later, Vic. Thank you. Man.
Yep.
I appreciate you. Okay. All right. Let's see what's happening here.
All right.
There we
So
go.
we got, you said a sponsor, and
Got
then
a
we'll go into
sponsor and
FPV
FPV
corner
corner,
real
yes.
quick. Let's go to the sponsor real quick. Jonah. If you're a Part 107 and you're looking to scale your operations and you want to get out and do all the work and just leave all of the other stuff, like all of the office work, to someone else, leave it to Jonah, place to make you a more knowledgeable pilot. Record keeping, meet new clients. Jonah is for you. There's a link in the description. Check it out. Jonah, it's for you. And we're back. And Lawrence, who do we have for
For
FPV?
FPV Corner tonight, we have our first time on here. His name is VaperzFpv. You'll find a little something about him. I found him on social media, on Facebook.
Okay.
And let's bring him on and see what he flies, how he flies, what he's. Bring him on. Let's bring him on. Okay.
What's going on, guys?
How you
How
doing?
are you, man? Vapors
Doing pretty
FPV. Welcome to FPV Corner. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. Let everybody know where you're from, who you fly with. What? Let them know something about you.
All right,
Wait,
so I'm Vapors. Originally I'm from New Jersey, and I moved out to Orlando, Florida, about 2 years ago. So I'm residing here now.
okay, so you're still new to Florida down there then.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
all right.
Okay.
What's good? What's good? Oh, that's good. How long have you been flying FPV? Um,
All right, so
what?
it's gonna be 6 years in June. I started in COVID. I was just home with the kids. Didn't have anything to do, so picked up a drone and I got hooked to the hobby.
Now, during
Okay.
COVID, a lot of people started a lot of stuff during COVID, but how do you just pick up a drone during COVID? Your boy had one? What? Because it
So
was hard to do things.
Yeah, so I ordered it online after watching a bunch of videos. I ordered a whole bundle. It came with the drone, the goggles, and the radio. It was a good little starter kit. And after that, I just got hooked. Probably like 2 months after that, I ended up building my own drone.
Okay, okay. So you started building early then. All right,
Yeah.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Now, what protocol do you fly? I mean, you use ELRS. What do you use? Crossfire. Um,
Um, well, honestly, I started on Free Sky, and I really didn't like it, so I jumped over to Crossfire, and I was flying Crossfire for about 2 years, and then I went over to Express LRS, and that's what I fly now.
Okay, so the Express LRS. You mind asking what camera systems you use? What VTX you use?
I use all of them. I got Caddx, Walks now. I also mainly fly DJI right now,
Mhm.
Okay.
but I'm starting to get back into analog.
So if you got Caddx, that might mean you got the V2s at least, right? For to fly
Uh,
Caddx,
well, I got
the
the
old school
V1
V2s.
goggles. Well, no, it's the Caddx Walk Snail system.
Okay, okay, yeah, all right. That's interesting because that was the reason that I was thinking about going to Walk Snail because I'd still be able to fly my stuff with Caddx.
Well, technically you can't because Caddx made the systems for DJI.
Okay, so that digital, I would have to convert completely over to Caddx
Yeah,
system.
so yeah, you will have to jump over to the Walk Snail system, and that will allow you to use their goggles and
See
their
now,
VTS.
see, no one mentioned that to me. I was under the impression Walk Snail might have worked with my old Caddx stuff. That's like saying if you went to DJI '04, the '03 stuff ain't gonna work. Yeah, I get
Well,
it.
O3 does work with the Goggles 3 since
Yeah.
DJI released the firmware.
Oh,
It does
really?
work, but you can't fly the Goggles 3 with a Vista.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, that's just not happening. I still have the V2s. I haven't upgraded, but I'm seriously, I'm still doing research on Walk Snail. But it seems that's where everybody's going, or
Yeah,
what everybody's flying now.
yeah. Because of this DJI ban, so a lot of people are they don't want to stop flying, so they're going back to either Caddx Walk Snail or analog, which I'm choosing analog, which I've been flying that lately too.
Well, it's
Well,
funny you
Orange.
say that the DJI ban because it's not a DJI ban. It's actually eventually going to attack or should attack all of the Chinese made products.
Meaning our flight controllers, most of the stuff we get from Get FPV, all of this stuff that we're building with now, that we're getting overseas. I mean, we mentioned it earlier. There are companies here in the United States that are working on flight controllers and stuff like that, but it'll be a little while before we play catch up.
Well,
How are you getting how are you getting your pieces in? I mean, are you doing like most people, buying five flight controllers, 10 motors,
well, I
six frames at a time?
I kind of had a feeling something big was going to go down, so I stocked up. I got me some stuff, but right now I've been flying Rotor Riot's Brave flight controller and the ESC, and
Yeah.
that's NDAA compliant, American made.
Right,
So
right,
I
right.
mean,
Well, see, I was going to ask you about that because I haven't asked any other FPV pilots I've had on here. What do you know, and how do you feel about having to fly, going from the way we fly now to maybe having to buy NDAA parts because that's where they're headed.
I
And I
got a
mean,
yeah.
question
if you
too
go,
about the
go
rotor
ahead,
ride.
go ahead, Herman.
I also have a question about the rotor ride, Joe.
But how do you feel about maybe having to switch over to stuff that's NDAA compliant if you want to keep flying?
Uh, Honestly, I love the hobby, and if I have to switch over to NDAA compliant, I mean, two of my drones got those that stack in there, so I mean, they fly
Good
just as
answer.
good.
Good answer. Because that's the state where us as FPV pilots have to be if you want to
Hmm.
continue flying. I'm glad to hear people realizing that if you want to keep on flying, either you need to go somewhere and buy a caseload of flight controllers and stacks, as well as a case full of motors from because that's going to be the only way you're going to be able to get this stuff from countries
Hmm.
that sell this stuff, as opposed to where we used to get them. We used to get everything from Shenzhen, China. Now
Yeah.
we may have to go to Thailand. You may have to go to some other part of Asia to get your parts because people are doing it now with the DJI drones.
We'll see once again, it's still a foreign drone product. So depending on how it plays out, it could be detrimental in the long run. Not
True.
now, but in the long run
Hmm.
for everyone. Unless we can get, like he's saying, products that are and
NDAA compliant.
compliant.
And you're
And
saying rotor right? No,
rotor
I didn't.
right, when you say rotor right, is just the flight control, or is this like the soup to nuts, the entire drone?
So it's the from my knowledge is, well, right now from what I have, it's the flight controller and the ESC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the price isn't as bad. I mean, it's right up there with a lot of the components now because of tariffs.
Yeah,
So it kind of evens out,
it
honestly.
balances out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I don't know how far along they are, but I put your YouTube channel in the chat. I'll be putting your Instagram. I have a video I wanted to show, one of your videos here. You could probably talk during the video. I don't know what that was. Is something burning out? What the hell was that, Herman?
Mhm.
I just heard something go bzzz, like so.
That's on
All
your
right,
end.
it wasn't on this end.
It ain't here.
Nobody's
I
house
mean,
burning. All right, no
I
light
live close
bulbs
to an
going
airport.
off. You're not
I
sure.
live close to an airport, so it could be
Okay,
planes going
okay.
by.
I was about to say you're not charging any light bulbs, are you? But
No, nah.
all right, cool. Let me put this video in real quick. You could explain, or I noticed this seems to be a spot, one of your spots that you go to, and I don't fly over concrete unless I have to. I'm a cruiser. I don't freestyle.
Yeah, so that's why we call it the orange chairs. Because over at the end where we sit at, it's just a bunch of orange chairs. But it's one of my favorite spots. Nobody bothers us there, and it got tons of gaps that you could do, tons of stuff to fly.
But see, I'm a cruiser. I could see cruising around this whole complex, but the stunts between the trees and the building, no.
That's
I
why
mean,
green
the most
yard.
the most you might get out of me is a power loop or something, you know. But
Yes,
that's about it. You say you've been
I
flying
like
for 6 years?
6 years. I love the risky stuff. I used to be a skateboarder, and
Okay.
due to age and just all the bashings that I took when I was younger, I can't really skateboard anymore. So flying gives me that adrenaline that I missed for so long.
Now, how many birds do you have?
Right now I got about 7.
Sizes?
Sizes. So I mainly only fly 5 inch. I
Okay.
do have a 7 inch, and
Is
I've got
there
a
a
couple
reason?
tiny roots. Um, I just like I love the way the 5 inches fly. It's
Okay.
just the freedom of it.
Okay. And you say you do have a 7.
Yeah, I have a 7 inch when I want to cruise around and just try to be cinematic. But
Okay. You're gonna have to take it out and do something with that. I'd like to see something some cruising video.
yeah, I definitely had to. I mean, somewhere in the YouTube channel, I believe I got one where I was
I'm gonna have to
recording
search through
a
it.
fountain. Yeah, I was recording a water fountain with the 7 inch.
Okay. Hold on. I'm putting your Instagram in the chat too, but everything is in the description of the live stream. Oh, I forgot to tell you. One of your peeps came by to say what's up. Hold on a second.
It's a link in the description for all of his social media accounts.
Yes. So one of your peeps came by to shout you out, and now I'm looking through the chat. Well, the chat's been moving. Oh, Orange FPV, what's up? Welcome. He said, "Hey
Uh,
yo, my boy Vapers." He came by to shout you out real quick. So
Mhm.
I
All
just
right.
wanted to let you know because I'm jumping between the window where it's talking in live time, and then there's
yeah,
like a 6 to 8 second delay depending on YouTube, them seeing it. So. But
yeah.
I
So
did see him come. I did see him come in and say, "Hey, yo, what's up?" So I wanted to point that out. Now,
yeah.
you say you prefer 5 inch birds. Is there any particular frame design that you like Dead Cat, Flat X?
So I mainly fly True X. Lately I've been flying Squishy X. Well, Squishy, I guess you would call it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been flying that lately. It's a lot more nimble. I could get into gaps a lot better. But the main frame that I fly is called a Triton,
I'm
and
familiar.
it's made by Jack Higgins. He's actually one of my sponsors,
Okay.
and it's a USA made frame. You know, he's based out in California. So if I
That
break
Higgins
anything,
3D printing, right?
Jack's 3dprinting.com.
Yeah. Okay. I am familiar.
Yep.
I am familiar with him. So if you want to give him a shout out, you can. I see him on social media, and I believe I have given him some business before. I am familiar with the name. Like you say, now, how important is it for you to have a drone that flies good in comparison to having to wait for new stuff to come out, NDA compliant? I mean, you say you stocked up.
Yeah.
You stocked up like your car garage. You stocked up your closet. You know
No,
what's up?
I got a drawer that's just full of VTXs, and it's full of flight controllers, ESCs, there's a bunch of motors.
Okay,
And like I said, I got 3 systems, so you know, I got analog VTXs, I still got DJI O4 units, got Cadix Walksnail units. So I'm gonna constantly be flying.
okay. Well, I just have to ask these things. I'm gonna put your TikTok in there too, in the
That's
chat
in.
also.
I think there's a link in the description for that too.
Yes, there is. Welcome. Hold on. I'm just trying to say welcome to some people I have not seen here before. Yeah. AZ, how are you? And Bobby, welcome. Thanks for coming through. Well, is there anyone that you want to shout out? Anyone you want to it's
You got a few
say,
minutes.
hey, we still have how much time we got,
Got
Herman?
a few minutes.
We got a few minutes? Good. Because you say you're down in Florida. You don't have to tell us exactly,
That
but
well, that spot
whereabouts?
where he was flying screams Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It does.
That's a
So
hundred. That's 100 businesses and parking lots in Florida. Like 100 million.
Florida
Like that.
Florida
that,
has a lot of office parks, and that's what we mainly fly. You don't find a lot of bandos out here like I used to find in Jersey,
yeah.
Mm.
but office parks, they it's just a whole different type of fun.
I did see you. I did see you one of your videos flying a bando somewhere. I do
Yeah,
remember.
that's one bando we have out here in Kissimmee. Pretty fun
That's
spot. Little dangerous, but it's fun.
well, if they according to FPV pilots, if you ain't breaking it, you ain't flying it.
I mean, I'm not saying it's dangerous in that aspect. I love breaking things, but you got a lot of homeless people living there, and
Oh,
sometimes
I
they're
hear
not
you.
friendly.
Oh yeah, I understand. I understand. I found that out flying a camera drone one time. I was taking some pictures of this rail yard, and they have this extended elevated piece. I didn't know there were people up there living up there, so they're looking down at me like, he's got to be looking at us. I wasn't,
Yeah.
but yeah, I understand. I understand definitely. Um,
Yep.
quick question: any projects you working on? Anything? Who do you fly with? You got a crew you go hang out with? What?
Yeah.
Or you
So
go solo?
originally, no. So originally, like I said, I'm from Jersey. So Orange FPV, the one that shouted me out, he was part of my old crew out there. And then once I moved out here, I got connected with an Orlando crew. So our crew
Okay.
got, I say, about like 15 plus pilots in there.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I never fly alone. Got no
So, do
reason
you
to.
guys experience the infamous? And I've had this happen, but I just found out a few of the guys were just assholes. But have you ever had experienced a lot of plugins,
Ah, surprisingly,
ASD? See?
no. So surprisingly, no. Unless it's the newer pilots that we allow to come fly with us. Um, they're the ones that, since they're new, they don't know, the routine or whatever. But the whole crew, we fly channels 1 and 3.
Right.
It's always 2 pilots going up at a time,
Okay.
and everybody that's just waiting around, they know not to plug up. It's pretty
So
bad because
you
when
see.
it does happen, something bad always breaks. It's either a GoPro breaks or you got a broken motor, broken arm, and you didn't even get to fly.
Because someone plugged in on you. Well,
Yeah,
unfortunately, when I was learning FPV, a few people thought that that might have been funny to, to plug in while flying, but they didn't
nah,
get the response that they should have gotten for plugging in, if you know what
yeah,
I mean. They should
yeah.
have gotten a certain response, but I held my own. I bit my tongue, and I said, "Okay, I'm the new Jack here. That's I guess that's part of it. It had to happen." You know,
Yeah, nah.
I just had to ask that. Do you own it? Do you own any camera drones?
And I've never flown one, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I jumped straight into just FPV.
FPV, you've been straight
Yeah,
FPV hard.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with that. I did it in reverse. I started out with camera drones and then got into FPV. So and it's FPV's a lot more fun. Your heart races every time you take off. you
yep,
know
yep. You get
whether
the
you have a
shakes.
line whether you have a line or not, your first time there or your 20th time there, you know your heart is pumping and you're ready to tear shit up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
Once
I'm
you get the
saying?
shakes, you know it's going to be a good time.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true, but I just have a woosah moment. How do you handle that? I have a woosah moment. Once I put the goggles on, I just take a deep breath and I go, okay, let's fly.
So normally I don't get them as much unless I'm flying a new spot or I'm flying like more recently when I flew at Rampage that you're flying in front of 50 plus people. You get a little nervous, but after a few packs it kind of goes away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you use warm up packs or you just go for it? Because I find
No,
sometimes when I'm warming up, I get the footage I wanted.
yeah, no. So I warm up like 2 3 packs and then after that I just full send.
Okay, and here's something now. You said you went. Did you ever were you ever on a simulator? Have you ever tried simulator at any
Uh
time?
yeah, I still sim now.
Okay,
The simulator helps with a lot of like muscle memory, and when you're out there flying, you don't have to do that much thinking. Your fingers do everything.
right. You
It's
know what you
automatic.
want to you know what you want to do already.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, listen, if there's anyone you want to shout out, here's your chance to do it. You know, we appreciate you coming on because I know you're just coming straight from work. And if you
Yeah.
have some more homeboys that want to be interviewed and come on the live stream, hit me up, let me know, tell them to get in touch with me. Definitely, because I want to do this as a regular thing every week. And every week I have to ask 4 or 5 guys anyway. And most people are busy. Some people, this is a strange time because some people are coming home from work now,
Yeah.
depending on whether you're East Coast, West Coast. I've even hit up a few guys, and guys like, yo, I'm in Italy. I got school in the so if you know some people that want to come on, let me know, man.
I mean, I know a few guys.
Yeah,
I know a
point
few
them in.
guys that would like to be, noticed and stuff like that.
Yeah, point them in my direction. I tell people, I can't promise you 1,000 new subs, but we could start with some views, you know.
Well, it all
That's all it
starts
takes.
by you telling your friends to tell your friends to tell their friends, come on over. I'm being interviewed on such and such.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
yeah.
how it
Like you
happens.
said, like you mentioned, I think it was you who mentioned some. It might have been someone had mentioned to me. I had asked about 8 people this weekend, and someone hit me back and said, I didn't know they had live streams with for FPV." I'm like,
Oh, that was me.
okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So there are
Oh yeah, there are.
Shorty shenanigans. Got to give our OG Shorty a shout out because he's
OG
always shouting
Shorty.
out our live stream.
OG
Um, I
Shorty.
will send you his link. Join the group. It's great group of guys. He comes on, I
He
think
do simulator
Mondays.
too.
He comes on Mondays, right? I believe he comes on Mondays, and he has
Yeah,
a
on
sim
third.
night
One of
too.
those. He's on.
Yeah, he comes on. He has a
I
one night.
just catch him whenever he's on.
He does live streams. He'll do builds live, and then he'll do have a sim night. So if you want to join him, they'll let you know what server they're on Uncrashed or whatever, and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
definitely send me that link. Can I shout out my sponsors?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
shout
man,
it
go
out.
for it. Yeah.
All right. Well, the main one is going to be Jack Higgins. Like I said, he's the maker of the Triton frame, jacks3dprinting.com. And also want to shout out CNHL, China Haberline. They send me one of the best batteries that I could ask for. Also, GenFan, they have been a big help, sending me props, stuff like that.
Okay.
And also a big shout out to Jeff Hardy. He's basically the owner of Team Drone Adventures,
All right.
pretty big crew, stuff like that. And also want to shout out my Orlando crew.
All right.
They
That's what's
they
up.
always keep me pushing.
Well, that's
That's what
good, man.
you
If your friends don't keep you going and doing something you love, who will?
Exactly.
Right? You
Yep.
know.
want.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, feel free to stop by anytime. Like Raw FPV, a bunch of these guys that I have on here, they stop in every now and then to check out FPV Corner or pass through to say hello. So, please come through and just if you got, we do this every Wednesday,
Every Wednesday,
except except Christmas. We did have a Christmas Eve this year. It was Christmas Eve was the night before, the Wednesday before, but we do this. We've been doing it for a little bit, man. All right.
I'll definitely give you guys a sub, and I'm gonna watch some of your old videos and check everything out.
All
All
right.
right, man. All right. If you just want to watch the FPV corner, it's a drone related live stream. Like you see, we talk everything drones and more under the sun.
From the drones you fly to the ones you may be flying in.
Yeah, for real. All right, yo. Thank you, man, again for coming on. We appreciate you.
Thank you guys.
Enjoy your night, man.
You too.
All right. See, that was good. That concludes FPV Corner. That's how you do things.
You you know what, Lawrence?
Yeah.
You interviewed the guys from Cloverleaf, right?
From where?
Cloverleaf.
Yes. Yes.
So we have a discount code. You can use those guys for 15% off on any Clover FPV system that you like to purchase. So if
Yes.
you're looking to purchase one of their drones, or if you even looking to buy like one of their interchangeable flight control units, check them out, man. 15% off those guys.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Definitely. There you go. All right. That's what's up. That was good. That's another one in the belt. Another notch in the belt. Another good
Yeah, yeah,
FPV
you're
corner.
right. You're right. God bless American Ronnie. Yeah, you're right. Because if it don't stop, I don't think anything is fun if you can't stop.
That's true.
Yeah, but the truck is a beast when it's on the road. So you know what else has come to mind, Lawrence?
What's
And
that?
you know what, my thing is I want to share it with everyone whenever we do see it. But whenever they come up, I'm gonna make sure that I do bring it to the attention of everyone in that comes to the stream, because I like to share stuff with everyone that in
Right.
the community. But these DJI deals on Amazon, they don't seem to stop because it's like it's reload and fire. But one of the things that come to mind that nobody is talking, and I saw, is that the DJI Mic Minis,
Yeah.
with the with the charging case,
Okay.
$99.
Wow. Okay, that's what's
Yeah,
up. For $99 with the charging case.
yeah. You can't. You got to jump on that, man. You got to jump on that because wasn't it like what $60 something or
It was
ninety
sixty
something
dollars.
dollars?
Yeah, it was
sixty
$60.
dollars without the charging case.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that was going on for what Christmas, right?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
So yeah,
Yep.
I would take advantage of that if you need some microphones. If you
In
need
fact, you see, in fact, it was on the same page there that you had up. It showed $60 if you just want the mic set. We gave away one of the mic sets with the
Mhm.
transmitter on for Christmas Eve
Oh
giveaway for
yeah,
the Christmas giveaway as
yes we
well.
did. And
You know
Marcel
who
he received
Marcel
them.
did receive them. He did
Mhm.
receive them way up in Canada. He did get his mic system. He
Mhm.
let us know. Eldon also got the guards, the Avada 2 guards that
Mhm.
we gave him.
Mhm.
He said
And
he
the
had got
stroke, you
those
got
and
the
he
stroke.
yes, yes,
That
yes.
and the
So
stroke.
hold it. DJI has sales right now. Yes. Yes, they have
Sure they do.
sales now, bro. Yeah,
Oh
that
yeah,
Mike Mini deal is
there's stuff going on
mm-hmm.
because right now you also have on Amazon the Mini 5 Pro, the ultralight foldable drone with the
Mm-hmm.
camera. You got the flu controller, but you know it is what it is
Yes.
for that
Yes.
great price of $759. So,
Right.
and they have other packages that you could jump on. You know, if that
Yeah, I
suits
think the
your need.
Fly More was just over 1,000.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the prices are very reasonable, even though you're going through like third party sellers on most of them, on a lot of them.
True. That is true. Jody says they're selling old stock. I think they're cleaning
But
house. I
what
think
guys
the
are
mini
doing
mic.
is what I think guys are doing is giving you the same old discounts that that DJI is putting out.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how that's happening because when you really look at it and you get down to it, where are some of these products coming from? Are
Yeah.
they is it that Amazon is cleaning stock? I it,
Or
I
are
que-
other people cleaning
I
stock?
question that. Is well, how much stock do they actually have? You
True.
know, like for instance, the microphones or whatever that we were talking about. You know, who's actually behind the microphones?
They were selling like hotcakes too, those mini mics.
I know my Amazon is who's shipping them.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
True.
Amazon is who's shipping, but I'm almost positive that they're not the person who's selling. You know, and it's I don't like Amazon on the computer. I'd rather use it on the phone.
You know what? It's funny you say that. I'm like that too. Because then I can put my glasses on and read the description and yeah.
Well, no, I
Like
think they give you more information on the phone.
see, here's the perfect example. I'm looking at Amazon now. Hold on, I'll
Hmm.
show you. And it shows the mini mic system, right?
Hmm.
It's showing the mini mic system here for $60. Right here, 25% off. I just clicked any link and it
Hmm.
says sold by Lawyer Direct. Now, when you
Right.
go here to Lawyer Direct, okay, they have 99% positive. They have Lawyer Medical Supply stands out. I mean, hey, yo, they sell medical supplies and mic systems.
Hmm.
You just have to do your homework.
Hmm.
That's all. But like you said, it
But
may not
they,
just be coming from Amazon. They're using third party. People are selling that stuff. Where they
you
getting
never
it from? Who cares?
you never seen the commercial what that shows that people are using Amazon to stock and ship their products.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I have.
Well, it doesn't end with the Mini 5 Pro, it continues because the drone that I'm beginning to believe that this drone is made out of roaches, and the reason why I say that is because I think when all mankind is gone and there's no other thing breathing on this earth, there will be roaches,
Yeah.
and then
So
and
they say.
that and the Mini 4K.
You think you're gonna find millions and millions and mini 4Ks all around the
You
planet, right?
can't get rid of this drone.
It's true. It's true. And it's funny because they stopped support for it.
It pops up everywhere.
Mm-hmm. For
The
$239.
Mini
Yo,
can't
you
be.
can't get any more beginner than that.
No, you can't. You can't.
I told a
And,
guy,
and and you know what's funny for that money, for that kind of money, it's still better than a Holly Stone drone that costs like $400.
yeah. And you know what's funny? I told someone, and he says, "Yo, I want to." He had a Spark. Okay, he hadn't flown. He said, "I want to get a drone to start off, nothing big." I said, "Get the Mini 4K."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's 200 and something dollars. You know what he went and did?
What?
He went on eBay and brought a
Mm.
used Phantom 3 drone, not knowing whether it worked or not. And he got it to his house and it didn't work. The guy lost the guy didn't contact him back. It was just a sale and then he came to me and said I should have listened to you because
Of
the money
course.
that I spent to try and have this thing looked at and fixed, I could have
Mm-hmm.
brought the drone.
Yep. Yep.
Aloha Sky Control.
That's like buying a car you got to restore and don't know nothing about getting the parts.
Yep.
Lawrence also is on that list of stuff to talk about, which is the Fleep. The Fleep.
The Fleep.
The Flip.
Fleep.
The Flip.
Three
You
hundred
can't
and
beat that.
$69. I mean,
$369.
I will admit it's the god ugliest drone DJI has ever made, but it works. It sells. It works. I see
Where
people.
else
It's a
can
good
you
drone.
incorporate? Where else
Huh?
can you incorporate
It looks like they
bicycles?
took bicycle rimmed spokes.
Yeah, and incorporated it with drone flight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah, I know. For the price of
Can't
$369, I
beat
think it was.
it. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Sorry, can't beat it. But you know what I wanted to maneuver into next, Lawrence, because
What's that?
those deals are cool,
Oh,
and I'm quite sure that everybody that knows
we
about
missed our
Amazon.
Nanook by 9 minutes.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them.
Okay.
But I want to get into the next topic. But I wanted to mention before we go that let's get Nanook out of the way. Let's go to Nanook. Nanook. If you have things that you want to protect and you need to protect them, and you need a hard case, then on every purchase, use Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off on all Nanook purchases. If you got cameras, gimbals, watches, jewelries, anything that is precious to you, even your drones, Nanook makes a case for it, even custom cases. Check them out. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a link in the description for Nanook. Check it out.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Rob?
Hey,
Rob C. Aviano. How are you?
Rob, Lawrence. Whew. This next story. When I saw this, I was like, wow. But Lace folds a 3D printed drone
Yes.
into a backpack. Now, this is interesting. And I saw this and I was like, wow. Because it's a student led nonprofit. Got issues because of the herniated disc in my neck.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
it's a yeah, it's a student led nonprofit that was printed a 3D taking a 3D printed drone beyond a hobby, and with a and it's not a little guy, but it's a foldable 800 millimeter drone.
Yeah.
It is designed to be built almost anywhere, they say, and repaired really fast. This drone can be repaired, and it is used for real research. Now, um, from what I'm understanding, the lace is a large format quadcopter that can be folded and fit into what they say, or what we call a backpack, as you would say, because like
Yeah,
that.
a
That's the,
backpack
yeah,
because
and
it's
I
not
guess
going to
that's
fit
the
your average backpack.
right. That's the that yeah. That's the thing now. You know,
Because the 800 millimeters is about a 30-inch radius.
yeah. I just wanted because I wanted to mention that to you because the,
It's not going to fit in any backpack for sure.
the jam sport is out of the question.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's targeted towards those who are serious about building drones and into research. Now, I don't understand because what is it? When you had mentioned, right? Okay, yeah, 800 millimeter, right? This
Yeah.
that's motor to motor with the
Yes. Yes.
with the
That's
drone.
30 inches from motor to
That
motor.
motor to
Correct.
motor, right? In the span. Yeah, right, exactly. Roughly 30 inches span. Now, what I think is interesting about this drone, Lawrence, is the fact that ooh, you're talking about
Hey,
uh
Bob.
6.6 pounds, depending on the payload that you're using on this
Hmm.
drone. But it has a 4,500 milliamp hour battery for this drone. So I, I found that the drone is interesting because we looked at along the way of looking at this drone, and there are a few pictures of it here
Yeah.
along the way of it.
So now you would figure that would be almost about enterprise size, small enterprise size.
Roughly.
It's just you're thinking a 30-inch wingspan.
Hmm.
30 inches is pretty decent size.
Hmm.
We're
Well,
talking maybe the wingspan of the Mavic 3T or something like that.
mhm.
I don't know if that's 800 millimeters, but close.
I don't think that. I think is you think it's about that. So I think it might be a
It
little
may
bit
be close.
because this is a 6 pound drone.
Yeah, 3T.
When you talk about 30 inches, you know, motor to motor, center to center.
Searching for the answer right now. It's wow. How much did you say?
Yeah,
It's 800?
eight
That's
hundred
big. Yeah,
millimeters.
the 3Ts are small. They're only 347 millimeter diagonally.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's big.
yeah. So I don't know what
Okay.
backpacks they got over there, wherever these people are, but
Backpacks are whole little people. 'Cause
now don't get me wrong. You know, a duffel bag is designed to hold on your back too, but
that's true.
what I did want to mention is that it is a group of developers, designers, and engineers from both high school and college level. I have a picture of the group that worked on that product,
Okay.
and yeah,
Yes, these are the young men, and I'm assuming that's the teacher on the left. But why the guy took the picture with the fist aimed at the teacher's face is a little scary. You
oh
didn't notice that?
well,
Everyone else is smiling, and he's
mhm.
got his fist like right there on camera, like strategically placed, like just one to the jaw of the teacher.
He's not doing well in the class, maybe.
That's a possibility.
But there was some earlier drawings and designs, and these pictures I got from Drone XL. Yeah, see, there's some earlier works of the pictures and drawings that they used to arrive at the what they call this drone? Oh, the Lace 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is the Lace 2. I thought they had said something about what had happened to the one, but no. You know what? And this is a drone now, like you said, depending on payload, will
Mhm.
dictate the actual weight of it. A drone that big could carry a decent sized camera.
Well, I see that they have one photos of it with an attached camera to it, and I'm
Yeah,
wondering what they're actually using or what they've actually developed or adapted where they've purchased the camera equipment, because that
right.
is the main and most important thing about being able to develop cameras and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, tell you the truth, we mentioned this earlier in the first segment of the stream, and this is where your next drone is going to have to come from these students who can develop something like this. And if you look at this, if it can be done at this scale, maybe
Yeah,
it can be done at a slightly smaller scale. You're going to
right,
need smaller hands to engineer it and make it work.
right. Because this is now keep in mind this is drone is 3D printed. Okay, now
Mhm.
they do have there was an issue with people trying to 3D print frames and
They still have to wire it though.
right, you still have to wire it. That's why it has the tubes for arms, which makes it easier. The arms are definitely graphite. But let's see where it goes. This year, the Lace 2, you remember Ilios. Ilios came
Hmm.
out with their first LiDAR drone, and now they're up to like the 3 or 4 now, right?
Three,
Yeah,
three, yeah.
see?
But
See?
I'm curious to know because they're looking to go with carbon fiber body next.
Uh-huh. Right. So that means they would have to get somebody to cut their carbon for them. And as soon as you make a cut of anything in carbon, you can have multiples of them because that mold is cut. That die is cut for that specifically. Like
Mhm.
Vapors mentioned Jack's 3D. He does his own frames. He has them cut specifically,
Okay.
so let's see where it goes.
All right. All right. Well, I'm interested in seeing this because I think that something like this could be broken down into a slightly smaller scale,
Hmm.
in spite of the fact that it kind of wants to look like.
Like,
Anyway, what that's that with the arms open. mm,
yeah.
No, not DJI. Like I mean, that other company there, and it's big.
Hey, shout out to Stevie Bronx. Yes, it is his birthday today.
Stevie, what's going on, Stevie? Happy birthday! His birthday?
Uh-huh. I saw
All right.
something on Facebook early and Rob just put
I
it in the
got.
chat.
I didn't even. Man, I've been so busy. I didn't even get to Facebook. I'm gonna hit him up on Facebook. But yeah, um, that's where they're going next. But we'll see what happens from there. And
Just drive and listen, Rob. No need to type. Thank you
all
for
right,
being here.
thank you, Rob.
Yes.
Sliding right on over to the good old people who deliver your medication, fruits, and small orange juice containers and donuts and other little pastries. The
And
good
who's
old
that? Who might that be?
the good old people from Walmart and Wing, they have launched drone delivery in Houston.
Really?
Yes, they have. And if you know, like I know, but they expansion into Houston was 18 lightweight UAV sights on takeoff pads, Lawrence. Believe it or not, at Walmart parking lots in the northeast Houston area. These drones are ready to go to make deliveries to a location near you. Now, what interests me the most about the whole thing is the fact that they've been in the Dallas Fort Worth area
Mm-hmm.
for the longest time,
Yes.
and even where others have issues with their drones, Wing has been working with Walmart successfully for quite some
For a
time now.
minute. Yes.
Yeah, now the expansion is on, so they've moved. And we mentioned this in the last stream that Houston was next. We're mentioning it now. Houston has launched.
Mm-hmm.
Houston, we're operating. So they're
Yeah.
operating now out in Houston. Um, Angie brought it to my attention that it is happening in area where she is at Walmart. So things are happening, believe it or not, people.
Right.
Uh,
And they started with one
mhm.
small branch, and now they have a few
Yeah, they have
stores. They have,
over 200 stores.
yeah, yeah. So that's a lot of area. That's a lot of area considering the range is supposed to be 6 miles of the drone, but they don't do the full 6 miles. They do little hopscotch. Stop and stop here, come back, go here, come back. I don't think they've gone the full length of 6 miles. They're doing the area of 1 mile, you know, 12 blocks away, little drop offs like that. You guys think they're going after us recreational? Hold on. Ronnie says, do you guys think they're going after us recreational flyers to open up the airspace for more delivery drones? I'm sure the government is making big bucks off people like bozos. Oops, Bezos. Well,
You know what? The both of you, well, Lawrence, you kind of had it right the first time, but and that was kind of mentioned earlier in the stream when when a question was asked. Um, it looks so, but
you don't think it'll happen.
um,
Vic doesn't think it'll happen. Vic Moss.
right. Vic doesn't believe that it'll happen. Due to questions and conversations that have been had. Um, I don't know. I just think that they may go a different route with it. That if you don't know how to operate, then you'll just suffer the consequences.
Yeah, they just want everything to be NDAA compliant. Once they say, okay, it's
Well,
your butt,
no, I don't even. I don't, and that's not. I don't. I don't even think that pertains to what he's talking about. What I'm saying is, if you don't, and this is why I had said to you before, Lawrence, years ago, and we were on the roof over in Red Hook, and I was argued by someone who
yeah.
that I said in time it will become a time that we will all need to have a Part 107, or at least the knowledge of a Part 107,
To
to
be
be
able
able
to
to
fly.
operate with our drones in the national airspace. And I was argued no, that wouldn't happen. Now, what I'm saying to you is this: is that I think that with the things that I've been told, that no, that's not actually the case. So if you don't know how to comply or to operate in certain places, then with them opening the door for drone mitigation, you're just going to be one of those drones that either taken over, knocked out of the sky, or forced to land somewhere or returned back to home. And that's the only other way I can actually put it without saying that
Right. Hit right.
anything else.
Right, like the perfect example, you'll have to you would have to heed way to the larger
Anything.
aircraft, just like you do now. Your radio will tell you if you're trying to go in a direction that your return to home path, excuse me, damn, your return to home path
Right
may
over there?
cross over the flight, go through the flight path of a plane. Like,
Hmm.
Herman, flying in Farockaway,
Well, that's
if you're
always been
flying on the
happening
right,
forever.
but it'll be the same type of system, the same type of warning. Okay, you may be crossing the flight path of
Hmm.
a drone highway. It's going to let you know. And that's what they're concerned about. Used to be more concerned about the drones being able to see each other. We can see planes, we can see helicopters. Okay, supposedly these drones will be able to see planes,
Can they see
helicopters,
you?
and us. Right? Can it see us? Does it know we're there? And it won't know we're there unless we are NDAA compliant and have remote ID.
Hmm.
Like, hold on. My what if question would be: would the drone be taken more seriously if we all had to have a Part 107 and truly be considered pilots? Good question.
I
I would tend to believe yes.
what I think would happen is we would have a better understanding of actually what's happening above our forehead.
Yeah, yeah. Because we're gonna get we will be at a time and point where you're gonna see things the end of 26 going into 27 in the air. You're like, oh, I saw that a few years ago on that live stream, or I saw that commercial about, or I heard. You're gonna see a lot of stuff in the air.
Oh,
I honestly believe that.
you think?
Okay,
Like what?
it's
Like what? Like what?
as to when exactly, that'll be the hard part.
Like
But
what?
Draymond's
Like
right. If everyone was forced to have to take apart 107 to fly a drone, how many pilots would actually do it and take it serious? And
that's a
no,
good question, but I think they would have to once they did it.
well, I don't think the average guy is going to. The average guy that wants to just take pictures of Manhattan wants to spend $175, but it'll probably be about $200 or $300 to
Show me
do
the average guy that can take pictures of Manhattan legally without a Part 107.
it. I was trying to be nice about it, but I'm gonna take a sip of water. I almost, yeah.
You know what, Lawrence? I did want to mention one other thing before we get out of here.
Let's do it.
But Skyworx executed a 1200 drone light show at CES this year. Which is quite interesting to me because it, oh, you got the
Yeah,
video.
yeah, I got you. Keep talking.
Okay, wow. Okay, there it is. Yeah, well, they I thought you was gonna play with the music, but okay. But anyway, this supposedly marks the an aerial show that okay, that features what 1200 drones,
Yes.
and I guess in lighting up the skies of Las Vegas. This marks one of the what they believe is the most operational and efficient large-scale drone light shows here in the United States. And I had the opportunity to see it, and I was amazed by this. For it to be 1,200 drones, it's not the biggest in the world, but it's one of the largest, and the amount of drones that it took that they used efficiently to be able to create these scenes.
Well, you know what's great about this is not only did they do this show at CES, but they did 4 shows consecutively to show the technology has advanced, how far the technology has advanced to the point where usually you see a drone light show and it's only one. They
Mhm.
did 3 to 4 in a row to prove the technology is here to stay, the technology works, and no one has ever done it before. Also,
Mhm.
keep in mind, Skyworx also has an immaculate record for drone shows.
Okay.
They are one of the companies that you have not seen
Me.
in the media with drones falling out of the sky. What type of drones they use, I don't know. Um,
As well as our good old friends at the Flyby guys. They've
yes,
they've never had
yes,
it. They've never had a drone come down on anyone either.
either. And he even told the president of a country, screw you, I'm not flying. You'd have to watch the replay on that when we interviewed Stephen. That was funny. He's like, yes, I told him, screw you, I'm not going up. And that's what you have to do. You have to take that work that
The,
serious.
the pilot in command.
Yeah, the head pilot in command could tell you a thing or two. He did say he did realize he was in another country, and, and that wasn't too wise. It was funny. The story he told was funny. You remember? But
Yeah.
Herman, it's that time. I have some chicken
Is it?
cutlets to cook up in the air fryer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm having a treat tonight.
yeah. You told me. Why don't you let everyone know what you have in there?
What? Some filet mignon?
Oh yes.
Oh, oh. I'm having a treat. But Lawrence, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, just thank you guys continuously. We would not be here without you. We appreciate you guys coming back. Please, 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 Draymond, we got to have you and Vic on again. We're going to work that out. So it's
Yeah, maybe we
okay.
might do something a little special.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you know what I
We'll
want
put
to say
something in.
before we
Filet
get out?
mignon, you can't hide money, Ronnie says.
Oh, here we go. Let's get out of
Hey, eh,
here. You know what? There's a secret to being able to have that, and I'll share that with you later. But
okay,
what I
all
want to
right.
say before we get out of here, now I can tell you right now, if you go and buy the whole beef tenderloin yourself and
Yeah,
clean it yourself, you can. There's videos out there how to do it,
you
and
make
it's
your own
real
filet
cheap.
mignon.
It's real
Okay.
cheap. But anyhow, like I was saying,
Thank you guys. We
um,
appreciate you.
Warren, you're really gonna be missed, man. And I know you're still flying up there. Keep
Yes,
on
Warren.
flying. Keep on flying. Keep on watching the stream. I know you're watching over all of the streams out there, and you're gonna be missed, brother.
Yes, yes. Sleep in peace, Warren.
Yeah.
Akirasho.
Akarasho.
And with that,
One more time for Akarasho, Lawrence.
one more explosion for him. A
Oh
shout
yeah.
out to Warren Akirasho, Warren Smith. Sleep in peace. We will miss you. The world will be different without your humor. Your
Well,
last roll call explosion, man. Thank you much. We appreciate you all. Thank you all for coming to the stream.
and with
Good
that
night.
being said, good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time with
With
those
those guys.
guys. Good night, everyone. Lawrence.